Welcome to Your Biz, Your Rules, the podcast for business-minded go-getters hosted by me, your favourite brain and biz coach, Dara Paddy. This is the spot for those of you ready to blend heart and head, woo and do, income and impact, change and chill, and so much more. So grab yourself a cuppa and let's get started. Welcome to episode 203 of Your Biz, Your Rules. In this show, I'm sharing a few of the different ways that I use my planner to boost my mood and keep me moving all year round, not just in January. First of all, let's talk about the planner that I've gone for this year. I've been gushing about this bad boy all over social media, so I definitely need to share it at least a little bit here too. Now, over the years, I'm pretty sure I've tried every single kind of planner that's out there. The simple ones, the complicated ones, the pretty ones, the ugly ones, the digital ones, the physical ones, the ones designed for creatives, the ones designed for business owners, the ones designed for spiritual people, all of the things. None of them have quite managed to do it for me. And I've come to realise that I have very simple yet very specific requirements. I want monthly pages, so one of those pages where you get like a calendar spread. I want weekly pages so I can have a weekly breakdown and map out my week. And I want daily pages to hold my daily actions lists and notes and all of that stuff. And what I've found is that you can never find all of those three things in a planner. You either have monthly pages and weekly pages, or you have monthly pages and daily pages. Never all three, until I managed to find this year's planner, which does in fact fit the bill. So this year, for the year of 2022, I've gone for the Hobonichi Cousin. And I'm really thrilled with it so far. No, on the face value, it's not the cheapest of all planners, but given that in previous years, I've ended up having to buy multiple things, it actually works out as less than I'd usually spend. So I'm really pleased with that little investment. Now, I've put a link in the show notes just in case you want to take a peep. Maybe you're still interested in finding a planner for 2022. So the link is there. But for now, let's move on so that I can share some of the more unique ways that I use my planner to, like I said, manage my mood and my momentum all year round. And the all year round part is important because I'm sure you can relate to feeling all giddy when the planner is new, only for those feelings to wane by the middle of February, by the time things get busy. Not anymore. So, hack number 1 is to use the inside cover to collect compliments. So that very first page, the one that's still hard because it's the other side of the cover, write down all of the compliments, all of the kind words that you receive from anybody. And this can be people in your personal life, it can be people you work with, it can be random comments on social media, anything that just gives you that little hit of validation. Write it down there, because then every single day when you go to open your planner, you will be reminded just how valued you are in so many different ways. And sometimes we need that affirmation. We need that reminder that what we do matters, that we are making an impact. My second little hack is to buy yourself a packet of gold star stickers and put them to work for you. Now, I have started tracking every single day that I make some money. So whenever I make a sale, whether that is from a payment plan, whether it's a standalone thing, even if it's like a tiny tripwire payment, I will put a little gold star next to that day in the monthly spread of my planner. And again, it's just that energetic, that emotional reinforcement that you are doing the thing, that you are growing, that you are building, that you are getting the results. My third little hack for using this old planner to your advantage is to grab a post-it and write down all of the people that you would love to work with. Now, obviously, as many as fit on a post-it. If you have more, it's fine. You can always add to it later. But for now, I just want you to choose a short list of the people that you would really love to work with, that you would love to get your hands on. It could be people that you've worked with in the past that you would love to have come back. It could be people that you've connected with on social media that you think there's just something about you, like I think I could really help you. It could be someone that you've had conversations with and you just have a good feeling about. It could be someone whose name you've just seen, whose photo you've just seen, and you just get that nudge that they would be a great fit for you. Write down those names on your post-it and stick it in your weekly page. So if you have a weekly page in your planner, stick it in there, and then every week as you turn the page, move that post-it with you and let it serve as a reminder to stay in touch with these people who are primed and perfect to work with you. And when one of them says yes, maybe get one of your little gold stars and put it next to their name, maybe highlight their name, however you want to indicate that they've said yes, and leave them on that post-it. And the reason that I'm saying leave them on that post-it, don't cross them out or don't copy the names onto a new post-it, is because I want you to always be remembering that you are making progress. People are saying yes to you, because there will always be times throughout the year we will all at some point feel a dip, we'll feel our feelings, we'll get into that space of, oh my God, everyone hates me, no one wants to work with me, blah, 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 blah. But if you can keep your eyes on this little post-it that shows that people are saying yes to you, you will not descend into those depths, because you can't argue with the straight facts of the name on your post-it. My next little hack to get your planner working for you is to track the cycles. So this might be your menstrual cycle. If you like to track that, if you know that you feel certain ways during certain points of your cycle, it can be really helpful. So I've had people in the past, clients that I've worked with, when they're on their period, like they are low, they're so low for that week, and they can't do anything that will involve them like being on camera, being seen, being public. So by making that very clear in their calendar, in their monthly plan, knowing that that time is coming, they can plan around it. So they can schedule things in advance, they can delegate things, they know that that week's coming, so they can stop trying to force themselves to launch during period week, for example. I've also had a client who was the reverse, like the week that she was ovulating, she would always feel really down in the dumps. So by having that in her calendar, again, she could plan around it. Now, that doesn't necessarily work for me because I have all of these like hormonal issues, which means that I don't have a regular cycle that I can track. But what I do instead is I keep an eye on the phases of the moon, because I've noticed over the past couple of years that my body is very sensitive to some of the different moon phases. Like there are some of them in the month where I just don't sleep for 3 days. So I might sleep a total of about 3 hours over the course of 3 days. And because I know when that's coming, I know not to try and force myself to do like really intense work during those days. So this is where you really put into practice all of the self-awareness work that you've been doing. So if you've been learning things about yourself, about your patterns, don't just think, that's interesting, actually do something with that. So for me, that looks like putting little stickers in my monthly page of my planner to indicate the different phases of the moon. And I did find some really cute ones. So I'll pop a link to my moon phase stickers that I found on Etsy in the show notes. So go check them out if you want some moon phase stickers too. But that is something that has really helped me plan my month in a way that actually works for me. So it's not about being productive every single day of the month. It's about really knowing what my energy patterns look like so that I can plan accordingly. And then last but not least, if you have like daily pages in your planner like me, if you have space that you can write things down each day, then I have a little system that I like to use that really keeps me in a good frame of mind. So I start at the top of my page by writing out one thing that I'm grateful for. And we all know that focusing on gratitude can seriously upgrade your mood. But the little challenge that I've given to myself is to try and make it something different every day. So I'm not just saying like I'm grateful for my dogs every day. Even though I am grateful for them every day, I'm always challenging myself to think of something additional to be grateful for. And that sort of gets my creative juices flowing too. So after I've written down the thing that I'm grateful for, I will write down one thing that I'm excited for. And the reason that I do that is because sometimes we have those days ahead that feel like a lot. They feel like they're going to be heavy or busy or stressful or whatever. But if you can start your day with focusing on one thing that you get to be excited about, it immediately changes the vibe. And then last but not least, I will write down my 3 non-negotiables for the day. So sometimes there are a few more, sometimes there might be 1 or 2 less, but I try and keep a short list of non-negotiable actions each day that are going to be achievable for me to tick off. We are not in the business of creating to-do lists with 20 things on each day that we're never going to achieve and then feel really bad about. So one thing I'm grateful for, one thing I'm excited about, and 3, maximum 5 non-negotiables for the day. Now you might be surprised that so few of these tips are actually related to productivity and getting stuff done, but that's kind of on purpose. We are not robots here to do as much as physically possible. We are living, breathing human beings here to create epic shit and enjoy the process of doing so. I think that's one of the things that makes the Unshakable goal system so different from any quote-unquote goal-setting training that you might have done in the past. Yes, we look at different ways to practically set and action your ideas and intentions, but we also look at the emotional and energetic crapola that could either get in your way or speed you along if handled correctly. If you would like to join us for the next live round, which starts today, go hit the link in the show notes now. I would love to have you. Now, spoiler alert for our next episode, I'm going to be sharing one of my favourite little rituals to kick off a new month. So make sure you hit subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Thank you for listening to Your Biz, Your Rules. I know that we all like to listen to podcasts, watch videos, read articles or books or posts on Facebook, and not really do anything with that information. So I want to challenge you right now. I want to challenge you to take something from this episode, anything, and use it to spark action. Use it to activate some kind of change in the way you work and the way you live. Do yourself this service today. And tell me all about it on Instagram. Hop over, shoot me a DM or share an Instagram story showcasing what action you are taking thanks to this episode. And of course, do all of the usual things. Subscribe, leave a review, let me know how much you love the show, and I'll be back with you next week.